Coach, you guys are swimming really, really well through the first 4 days of this meet. What's been going right for the Gamecocks?
I think it's kind of how we took the approach to training this season. We kind of actually took a little bit of a different approach where we didn't come down really at all for a mid-season invite, and instead we trained straight through it. And I think what we saw over the last 3 weeks and through January was much sharper training, much more detailed training, a lot faster swimming in practice, kind of set us up for some great swimming here. And this is one of the best SEC meets that we've had since I've been at South Carolina. Where we have just about every kid that's here on our roster that's put up an all-time top 10 time. I think right now we've broken 18 school records since we've set foot here on Tuesday night. So, there's a lot going right this week. We've got to have a lot go right today to end up where we want to on the men's side and on the women's side on the team score. So we'll see what happens.
What's up with Finn Maynooth? Because he's been very impressive, opened some eyes around the country, especially with that 411.
Finn, there's nothing else I will credit it to other than extreme hard work. This young man comes in and he works with Mark Bernardino in our distance group, and it's just day after day. He's a young man that completely trusts the process. Whatever I say, whatever Dino says, he does without question. And I think that sort of dedication and having a lot of things fall into place for him has come to, he's been good. We knew he was going to be good, and we've seen it coming for a few weeks now. And I think Mark and I both knew that he had the 411 in him, and I think we both understand that he has faster than that in him. I think he can go 410, 409. But I think he's starting to see right now that he can be an elite level athlete, and for us right now that's good. That's somebody that can come in and continue to train at that level, and we can build off him as a program. But he's having a great meet, but the goal right now, it's good to be great at SEC, but we want to be great at NCs, and that's in a few weeks, so we'll get back to work.
We discussed Akram yesterday. You said he might not have had his full rest here. He'll swim the mile later today. So where is he, and how's it related to what happened last year?
The goal was never to bring him all the way down. And I think his mile today is going to be very good. And the hard part for Akram is staying engaged mentally, because he's a competitor and he wants to win every time he hits the water. So if you have somebody like that who loves to win, you have to be very clear in the process with him. And so he's got to stay engaged. He's got to have a great mile today. I think he will. He was, and his 500 wasn't bad. He's 4:14 in the morning. Slipped a little bit at night. I think mentally it got to him a little bit at night when those guys took off so fast early. But it's our job as coaches to make sure he knows where he stands, and I'm confident with where he is. I mean, our goal is to win an NCAA title on the mile, and we're going to put that's the plan that's put in place. The ultimate goal is not the SEC championship. The ultimate goal is the NCAA title. So that's what we're shooting for with him.
Yeah. I wanted to ask a question about sort of this meet as a whole, because the thing that surprised me the most in my first SECs was seeing the teams move around. Yeah. Teams sit someplace different every session. What do you like about that? What does it do for the atmosphere of the meet? And
well, I think what it does is it keeps everybody in the meet, because the way we used to do it is we had an order that rotated as far as team seating goes, and if you were the last, you got whatever was left over, and most of the time spent the entire meet off the race course. And that was hard because, and especially when you have a combined meet with as many teams that we have, you got to get everybody on the race course. And so you have your teams that pick first, and obviously they're going to spend the most time on the race course. But this puts everybody on the 25-yard racing lanes, at least for a few sessions during the meet. I like it better. We do the same thing with our spectators. They rotate up in the stands too, and I think it puts everybody in a position to get to see the meet from up there, and then gives the swimmers a chance to be active in the middle of the racing lanes for a good part of the meet as well. So I like it. I think it was a good decision on our part, and it works well for us.
You think it kind of makes the atmosphere a little bit more special to meet like this?
I think it does, because like I said, you're putting everybody on the racing lanes at some point, and you got most of these teams are putting a lot of folks back in finals, and so having your team that's able to stand there in those 25-yard racing lanes up and down the pool in their section, and plus honestly, when you got a distance events, 500s, even 200s to a point, your kids know where your team is sitting, and they can see them when they're swimming, and so it kind of adds to that environment, and just having the groups together and not spread out all over the deck, is good. I like it.
Cool. Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.